you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here to talk about, of all people, Miss Katie Joy without a crystal ball. It has been so long since I've covered her, but she recently posted something on Instagram that, to be honest, just made my stomach turn. So we're going to get into it and what she had to say about the Ruby Frankie situation and making it all about herself. We're going to get into it. If you're interested, please keep watching. Alright, you guys, so I haven't covered Katie in such a long time, but you know, when it comes to certain people online, you can cover them for so long, but at a certain point, if I feel like I'm starting to sound like a broken record, then it's going to be time for me to slow down my coverage on that person and, continue to share things that I feel like I can grow a conversation and it's interesting to myself and my subscribers. And there for a while, Katie was very interesting to a lot of people, but at a certain point, the interest died down and my interest included in that, so I went ahead and moved on. I've called out her hypocrisies before, her being nasty to her own subscribers and members, and some of the atrocious behavior that she has been directly involved in. But she's also somebody who has shown that she's not teachable and she's not going to grow and change and do a whole lot that is for the greater good. And what am I going to say? Keep making a weekly video calling this out? I don't think so. That makes no sense whatsoever for me personally. But this kind of pissed me off. So this was over on Instagram. It was posted just a couple days ago. And she said, "Hey friends, I'm so sick after reading the plea agreement," referring to Ruby Frankie. She continued and said, "I kept going back to June 2020 when Ruby's lawyers were threatening to sue me for millions because I reported on allegations of her and Kevin abusing their kids. I was so afraid of being sued that I recoiled. I gave in. I stopped reporting. Today I felt a deep pain, thinking that if more of us had just kept going, RF and EF never would have been tortured in this way." I'm going to read the entire post and then I will give my thoughts at the end. She continues and says, "We knew in 2020 that the kids were in danger. We all saw it. The Frankies intimidated and threatened all of us that reported on this case. They ran to Business Insider and accused us of causing a false CPS case. I received an email from their attorney accusing me of traumatizing their kids due to the false CPS investigation. I never contacted CPS. I wonder how much of this could have been prevented had I not given in to their threats. Reading that they hogtied RF for hours, which led to muscle/tissue damage and severe injuries, is sickening. Reading that she tried to suffocate him by attempting to drown him or attempted to kill him through starvation. She should have been charged with attempted murder, not aggravated child abuse. Reading that the kids were told that they were evil, possessed, and deserved the abuse makes me physically ill. No child should be abused in this way. Under the guise of a good Mormon family mask, these two parasites should never be free. Their entire family, including Ruby's sisters, should leave YouTube and never return. All of them failed those kids. Bonnie, Ellie, and Julie should be banned from YouTube permanently. My heart breaks for those kids. They will never be the same. Ruby will probably serve a minimal sentence because she's white, Mormon, wealthy, and famous. She should never be free. Ever. The kids were sentenced to life with what she did to them. She deserves the same. Kevin pretending he's a good dad and innocent is equally laughable and disgusting. I hope he never gets custody of these precious babies." Now, I have quite a few thoughts about this because I actually agree with some of the things that she had to say in this post. However, I cannot stand when people make situations, specifically tragic situations, about themselves. Katie Joy, in her cape of here to save the children, thinks that her crooked reporting would have saved these children. And she really contradicts herself because she says, I didn't call CPS, but then she says that she knew that there was child abuse going on. If you know for a fact and you have hard evidence that child abuse is happening in a home, then that is a feasible situation to contact CPS. I never, am here for just constantly going around and filing CPS reports and doing this, that, and the third. However, if there is actual abuse going on, then that is the time and the place to actually contact CPS. But she says there was abuse, but she didn't contact CPS, and she thinks that her journalistic genius would have saved these children. Katie Joy's reporting has been proven to be filled with misinformation, remarks that should not be made. For her to sit there and try to say, oh, well, I could have saved it. I could have saved the day. I could have saved these kids from the horror that they went on to have to experience at the hands of Ruby. I don't understand why certain people need to constantly make situations about themselves, because if you are actually a journalist, this is the argument that she has had for over 3 years, that she is a journalist, and I think most of us know that she is not a journalist. But if you want to be looked at in that manner, you would not cover topics and put yourself right smack dab in the middle of it. You don't put on a cloak, you don't put on a cape, and you don't sit there and say, well, my videos saved the day, especially when they're filled with misinformation. And, Katie has been called the TMZ of YouTube since I came across her channel very early on. And the reason that she is called the TMZ of YouTube is because she exploits, she lies, and she has no boundaries that she will not cross. But yet she wants to act like she saves the day. Now, as far as her saying that Ruby's sisters should not be allowed back on YouTube, I fully disagree with that. I don't think that that is, I just don't think that that's fair. I don't really understand, where is the warrant for them not being back on YouTube, not being allowed back on YouTube? Where did that come from? I agree that Ruby is awful, Jody is awful, Kevin is awful, but we can talk about the sisters. But to say that they're, of all things, you don't want them on YouTube? What a random request to make. People have been asking for Katie Joy to not be on YouTube forever because she has broken terms of service multiple times, and she has been a complete menace to the people that she has decided to do documentaries on, or whatever she wants to, veil her content as. The problem with Katie is the problem with a lot of other commentary channels and drama channels, and that is that she wants to be viewed as somebody who is taken really seriously, but her content speaks for itself. Her content says, I'm lazy, I don't care, and I'm just going to go ahead and spread a bunch of gossip and cash in on people that are sometimes going through the most traumatizing chapters of their entire life. And she is there to collect the blood money. And I'm here for people reporting on things, but report on it off the facts. And stop trying to insert yourself into everything that you're covering. But either way, I've kind of made a habit of not really reporting on other commentary channels super often, but I felt like this was important, and especially because I've been covering the 8 passengers situation, Katie's there to throw herself in the middle of it and tell everybody how she could have saved the day. Wrong. Try again. Try again, Katie. I think that's going to be my thoughts for tonight. So if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.